Do not forget to like the video and click on the red bell icon to subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. Without wasting more time,
when it comes to tech companies that have redefined the world, we have so many examples to look to from Silicon Valley. One such company is the behemoth known to the world as Apple. Founded in 1976, this tech giant grew exponentially over the course of the early 2000s to stratospheric levels with the help of visionary CEO Steve Jobs. In 2011, he stepped down and ultimately chose Tim Cook as his successor.
Good morning. This is my first product launch since being named CEO.
The pressures of taking the helm of one of the biggest companies globally, while also living up to the high expectations Steve Jobs created, meant this was no small undertaking. Thankfully, Tim Cook has had success in his role as the CEO of Apple. So it's time to understand a little bit more about the CEO and how he spends his days running the $2 trillion company. This is a day in the life of Tim Cook. How successful CEOs spend their mornings is always fascinating. And while most choose to wake up at 7 a.m., Tim Cook wakes up at 3:45 every morning. So what does he do in the morning that requires him to wake up this early? Well, for starters, Cook spends an hour going through nearly 800 emails he receives each day. This includes things like user comments, which he believes are essential to Apple. Cook thinks it's good to get a sense of what external people think and want from the tech behemoth that is Apple. Once he's tackled the mountain of emails, user comments, and other communications he's received, Cook goes on to enjoy some breakfast. His breakfast usually consists of 2 scrambled egg whites, turkey bacon, and sugar-free cereal with unsweetened almond milk. Now that breakfast is out of the way, it's time to get some exercise in, and Cook does just that at 5 a.m. Clearly, he's efficient at getting things done if he's able to get through nearly 1,000 emails and breakfast all before 5 a.m. Tim Cook gyms at an undisclosed location near Apple headquarters for maximum privacy. Cook has often claimed he's a fitness nut and he uses exercise to manage stress. Considering his position as the CEO of the most valuable company globally, it's no surprise he's using exercise as a stress reliever. His workouts last an hour long, and once he's finished working up a sweat, Cook showers and prepares for the day. Cook has been known to state his somewhat laid-back lifestyle and doesn't indulge in the lavish lifestyle choices of some of his billionaire friends. He doesn't spend excessive money on clothes and is even known to shop for his briefs at Nordstrom's annual sales. Cook takes himself to the local Starbucks, where he continues reading emails and drinking a coffee before it's time to head to the office. When Tim Cook arrives at Apple Park, the workday truly begins, and it shouldn't come as a surprise that a man like Tim Cook has a ton of meetings lined up daily. Tim Cook, overall, is a laid-back guy, but there's one thing that can strip away that layer of calmness, and that's unprepared staffers. It's such a problem that staffers are briefed and screened by their managers in preparation for any encounter they might have scheduled with the Apple CEO. This is to ensure they're fully prepared for any questions that might come their way. Cook is known to ask many questions, so it's better to be prepared for anything rather than be on the wrong side of Tim Cook's ire. While overall his style has been described as democratic, Cook knows where the buck stops. When Leander Caney was crafting a biography on Cook, Vice President of Product Marketing Greg Joswiak had this to say about Cook's style when it comes to meetings. He's just very calm, steady, but will slice you up with questions. You better know your stuff. Tim Cook has been known to spend his lunch in the Apple Park cafeteria, where he'll often sit with random Apple employees. He enjoys connecting with the people of Apple's large workforce to hear their thoughts and ideas. The unique perspective from someone far lower on the food chain gives an insight otherwise hard to find, and Cook enjoys the quality of a different viewpoint and opinion. Employees have described Cook as charismatic and thoughtful. Cook has spent a considerable amount of time devoted to fostering an environment where people collaborate and communicate. He's been able to get the best out of his employees through empowering them to be their best. So far, it's worked.
The most important things in Apple, one, a culture of innovation. This team is unbelievable in creating hardware and software and services and getting them all to work together.
As a rule, Tim Cook is the last person to leave the office unless he has somewhere important to be. Then, from work, he immediately returns home and goes to bed at 8:45. Early to sleep, early to rise. He gets his full 7 hours of sleep as recommended by all the most successful CEOs. He works a cumulative 12 hours a day. Tim Cook has built a successful career as the CEO of Apple. He's changed the company's trajectory and broken barriers as one of the first openly gay CEOs of a Fortune 500 company. Thanks to the leadership of Tim Cook, he was able to continue Apple's growth to the point where the company became the first company to ever be worth $1 trillion. Whether it's thanks to the introduction of the AirPods, Apple Watch, Apple TV Plus, and countless other unique products and services, Cook has taken Steve Jobs' vision and used it as a blueprint for his own. And it's paid off.
I love Apple, and I consider it the privilege of a lifetime to have worked here for almost 14 years, and I am very excited about this new role.
10 years later, he proved that Steve Jobs made the right choice. So what will the future look like for this already successful giant of Silicon Valley? And how will Tim Cook further expand Apple's influence?